Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Late Friday night, just listening to music and poking around at the paparazzi Facebook page. And they finally put the income disclosure statement up on the page, so I figured let's talk about it. So if you are an active paparazzi consultant lurking on my channel, hi, my name is Emily Jones. I'm a former paparazzi consultant. I live in the state of Washington. Washington recently went to battle with paparazzi jewelry and accessories, and they went to battle about the fact that they are engaging in practices that are similar to a pyramid scheme, okay? A pyramid scheme. Uh, and so paparazzi had some choices. They could change their business practices, be transparent in their business practices, stop the recruitment aspect of their business practice and just sell a product to the public and fully disclose what's in said product, or they could leave the state of Washington. Paparazzi chose to leave the state of Washington. Okay. And there was a whole thing filed with the Washington State Attorney General. Okay. And if you want to read it, it's on my blog, The Truth of My Paparazzi Experience. Okay. So if you haven't been to my blog, here is my blog, The Truth, My Paparazzi Accessories Experience. Okay. This is my blog. And if you want to see the consent decree, it's right there. This is what paparazzi signed, okay? In this consent decree, paparazzi had a few stipulations that they had to adhere to, okay? So, um I don't think they're open for interpretation, but there's one of these things that they have to make a public statement, and they have to publicly post it so it's easy to be found. So, if you're new to what's going on in this whole rigmarole, yeah, this document pretty much spells it all out, okay? And no later than 60 days after the entry of this decree, defendants shall implement a program that allows Washington consultants and customers to buy back eligible products for 100% of what they paid for them. Okay? And there's something that states in here that it has to be publicly posted on all of their social media pages. Okay? And it has to be something that can be easily found. Okay? So I was poking around on their website. It's kind of hard to find this information. So it says right here, paparazzi must pay consultant within 60 days after receiving the inventory. No later than 60 days after the date of entrance of this consent decree, paparazzi must notify consultants. I've received my email, so that's good. The homepage on the paparazzi website within 60 days after the date of this entry of the consent decree for the length of the buyback program. So I was looking at their homepage on their website to see if it had anything posted. As you scroll through the massive amounts of jewelry that they have on their website, yeah, you have to scroll quite a bit these days. Okay, so when you go to I'm on the shop page. So I went to Pulse. There's nothing on Pulse. So when you go down to the bottom, under policies, it says notices. Notice of amendment to policy and procedures. The policy and procedures have been updated. You can see them by following this link. Please note the consultant opportunity is no longer available in the state of Washington. If you didn't know to push the arrow just now, You would never find this screen if you didn't know to push the arrow. Information for all consultants and customers for the eligible buyback. Now, they have a post with all of the stuff uh, regarding the buyback program, but the catalog of eligible products that are to be bought back, no link. Okay. And then here's the Washington inventory buyback for consultants. Okay. And the eligible buyback process. But again, if you didn't know where to look, you would never find this. Okay. So, Washington cancellation notice. You will no longer be a consultant. Here's your Washington buyback program. These are all the things that paparazzi sent in an email to their consultants. This has to stay on their website for a year. Okay. Then you go to product safety, and it turns up the Angry Trent Kirby video. Where he's literally screaming at the camera and the veins are popping out of his head. So I thought that was interesting. But then we go to the income disclosure statement, and this was also part of the consent decree that they had to sign with the state of Washington. Okay, so the income disclosure statement has finally been updated. The last time we had an income disclosure statement was back in 2021, and the numbers were from the 2020 year. Now, this is what I want you all to pay attention to. Paparazzi U.S. Disclosure Statement for 2024. 2024 outcomes for participants in paparazzi. Most paparazzi participants lost money in the year 2024. 98.7% of consultants in paparazzi lost money. So if you join this company, you're going to lose money. It says so right here. It is prominently posted on their income disclosure statement. Okay. 0.6% make $1 to $1,000. 0.3% make $1,001 to $5,000. And 0.4% make $5,000 or more for the year. Okay. Now, let's read what this income disclosure statement talks about, because this is what's important, okay? Profit. Money received from paparazzi plus any additional retail income, minus money paid to paparazzi for the year. Participants lost money if their profit was negative. Financial outcomes. The graph above shows the shares of paparazzi participants who earned a profit or loss in their paparazzi business in 2024. It also includes the individuals who participated in the paparazzi business opportunity in the U.S. in 2024. Retail income. Some participants might have earned income reselling products to retail customers for more than the participant paid for the products. However, paparazzi does not know if participants in the 2024 year earned retail income because of some of the retail transactions are not tracked. That's why they had paparazzi premiere, y'all. Expenses. The graph above includes money participants paid to paparazzi for fees, starter kits, product purchases, tickets for conventions or training programs, shipping and handling and sales aids. Possible additional expenses not represented in the graph may include, but they are not limited to, additional fees or tickets for conventions or other training programs, like Erica Cole's All In Tour, okay? Or Paparazzi Dorks, travel, lodging, food, childcare, packaging and shipping, purchasing product from other consultants, which they have to state that, and other business expenses. Cancellation or refund policy. By law, paparazzi must buy back all currently marketable inventory purchased within the past year for a refund of no less than 90% of the purchase price if requested by a business opportunity participant. They can't even say duped customer, but that's honestly what that means to me. In my opinion, business opportunity participant is victim of pep- fraud. You were defrauded into telling yourself that you were going to own your own business and you don't. Paparazzi is the business owner. You are just a consultant who is, if you ever get lucky, a 1099 employee that gets paid a commission if you recruit enough people who buy more jewelry so you can earn a little bit of money and make money off of the backs of others suffering. Ever since my husband said that, I want to repeat that over and over because it was so prophetic. Okay? Paparazzi cannot pay less than 90% of the purchase price by subtracting or deducting other amounts, including but not limited to deducting shipping costs, bonuses, or other retail income from the refund. So that is an honest income disclosure statement. And it took years to get this because this is something that we've been fighting for, bugging them for years. Okay. So I wanted to see if the paparazzi Facebook page had, anything talking about the buyback program. So I went scrolling forever and ever. So much scrolling, going through all of their posts. And you would think that this, because it says it can't be hidden in the consent decree, so you had to create an email address and all the other stuff, and the notice has to be prominently displayed. So, on the website, I don't really see anything prominent about notices and income disclosure statement and product safety. Okay. That's hidden down at the bottom where nobody goes. Okay. And, you know, it says in the consent decree that it needs to be prominently displayed and it needs to be easy to find. So I don't see anything prominent and easy to find. And you would think that it would be like pinned on their Facebook page. Because you go to their Facebook page and there's no pinned post about paparazzi leaving the state of Washington. And there's no pinned post here about the buyback program. And then you go over here and you see TikTok, you see X, you see YouTube, you see LinkedIn, you see nothing over here about pin posts. Okay. So you go under about, nothing. So then you go to page transparency, nothing. Details about paparazzi, nothing. So you hit for more, nothing. Videos, we always know the videos are there. Sneak peeks and hidden gems with Misty. Okay. And here's a bunch of photos from like all the way back in the day. Here's all the people who did their September selfies. Okay. Gosh, I hope mine's not posted on here. But here's posts from all the way back in the day. I hope I deleted all my stuff off Facebook. And then we have reels. And then we have mentions. But as you go through this entire page, nothing's pinned talking about the buyback program. Nothing's pinned talking about anything regarding this. So you go to 2025 and then you can click on the month of March and you go to done and you go through the very beginning. And I wish you could filter it from, oldest to newest. So let's go to day 1 of March and see what we can find. So we have the Empower Me Pink things, the stupid elevator, a cake with the bag charm, and a bunch of other stuff. Empower Me Pink exclusives, bracelets. But you scroll through, you see sneak peeks and hidden gems with Misty, and it takes you down to February 27th. So, yeah, when did they post this so it was easy to find on their Facebook page? You know, it's not easy to find. So, I'm thinking that they didn't keep up that end of the deal. Yeah, it's posted on there, but it's not prominently displayed or pinned. It feels to me like it's hidden. Okay. So it feels to me like it's been hidden from view. Okay. So, you know, it just feels like they're not being fully transparent with me. Okay. So take that for what you will. But if you're a paparazzi consultant and you haven't looked at your income disclosure statement, I highly recommend you go and do that because this is the truth. Are you part of that 98%? Chances are, yeah, you are. 98% of paparazzi consultants lose money. I was one of them. I'm pretty sure you are too. So please keep that in mind. And again, paparazzi has it listed under notices on their website, but if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't find it. Okay? No, what they want to do is sell you craptastical jewelry that is honestly, this was the top of a ring at one point. Now it's a post earring. Yeah. We can do better. Paparazzi, you should honestly, if you did make a post on your Facebook page, you should pin the damn thing. Just saying. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. That's it for now. Ta ta.